A hot mic just caught a pivotal MAGA congressman admitting Donald Trump appears in the Epstein files. Even better, he just sent an ominous message to the taco president. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. Once again, a quick thank you to all of you who donated to my recovery fund for my surgery later this week. It makes my life so much easier right now, and I promise to get back on air as soon as I can, even if it means wearing a mask to cover my swollen jaw. On to our story. The past few weeks haven't been kind to the Epstein transparency movement. House Speaker Mike Johnson actually shut down Congress to avoid a vote on releasing all the FBI and Department of Justice files to the public. Trump had Epstein accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell transferred to a cushy Club Med prison after she gave an interview saying she never saw him do anything appropriate. Yeah, right. And then yesterday, this happened.
Has issued a subpoena to the estate of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The subpoena seeks documents and other material related to the House Oversight Committee's investigation into Mr. Epstein. The estate has until September 8th to turn over the documents that the investigators want. So let's bring in CBS News Justice reporter Jake Rosen joining us now once again from Washington. So what does the subpoena demand?
Well, a number of things, Reed. The first of which is that book for Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday, which the Wall Street Journal reported earlier this year. President Trump signed and left a personalized note for him inside of that. In addition to that, it's generally just dozens and dozens of types of documents that they're seeking that are not related to specifically the Department of Justice investigation, of which those documents started to be handed over last week to the House Oversight Committee. But in this case, it's specifically some of Epstein's personal belongings or things that he left in his wake after he died. Some of those, obviously, Jeffrey Epstein's will, one of them, potential references in any kind of documents he had to vice presidents and presidents. In addition to that, videos of Epstein's properties, and also that non-prosecution agreement that is at the center of that first kind of botched investigation into Epstein.
Yes, the House Oversight Committee, after feeling frustrated by the Department of Justice's decision to release the Epstein files to the committee in waves, decided to go after Epstein's estate itself, which will likely be a bad thing for Donald Trump. For more on that, see our other videos here on the channel. And just you wait, it gets even worse for President Taco. Stay with me here. Trump, for his part, after pledging to release the Epstein files during the 2024 presidential campaign, has now changed his tune.
But I'm in support of keeping it totally open. I couldn't care less. You got a lot of people that it could be mentioned in those files that don't deserve to be. People, because he knew everybody in Palm Beach.
Okay, so is it just me, or does his face look lopsided there? Like one eye won't open all the way? Just a thought. Moving on. With the Epstein investigation momentarily on hold, and with right-wing outlets like Fox and Newsmax refusing to cover new developments, one congressman just let slip his thoughts on the matter. Meet Mike Collins, representative for Georgia's 10th Congressional District and a longtime Trump diehard. To give you some idea, he said he thought that the January 6th insurrection was a peaceful protest and that Joe Biden organized a conspiracy to have Trump assassinated last summer. He's that level wacky. Which makes this hot mic moment all the more tantalizing. When asked about Trump in the Epstein files, here's what he had to say.
I didn't get to ask my question, which was, party unity, the Epstein files. I mean, do you think Trump's in there?
Yeah, I'm sure he's in there because he's the one that was telling the FBI about it. He's the one that kicked the guy out of Mar-a-Lago and then called the FBI. Yeah, he's in there.
So, I mean, what's going to happen? Are you going to vote to release him or vote to keep him?
Oh, we need to release him.
You want to vote to release him?
I have no problem releasing him, but you've got to go through the. You got to go through the judicial. We all know that. The problem is, it'd be our luck that somebody's going to bleep somebody that was supposed to be protected, and then what?
Yeah, well,
so they've got to go through and
victims' names and all that stuff.
They've got to go through and fix all of it. Yeah. And then, of course, now you got judges that are saying, I'm not going to release anything, grand jury, blah blah, because this lady's over here filing an appeal or whatever, and it's. I'm not a lawyer and I'm not a judge, but it is more complicated than just saying, boom, here's the files, take them.
Now granted, Collins tries to obfuscate there by saying that Trump was the one that called the police on Epstein after banning him from Mar-a-Lago. That is false. Trump has consistently lied about the timeline of his friendship with Epstein and the reasons for their falling out, as well as the reasons for banning him from Mar-a-Lago. In any case, Trump was not the one to turn Epstein in. Again, see our other videos for more on all that. The bigger story here is that a diehard MAGA congressman is not only admitting Trump appears in the files, something the administration has tap-danced around, but that he's also encouraging their release. And I have to wonder, what will Collins say if those files contain the nude photos of Trump with minors, something biographer Michael Wolff has repeatedly asserted? This story is not going away, folks. Count on us here at Occupy Democrats to keep you up to date as new developments emerge. I'm David Reddish.